right, man. I just caught up on the Billy Joe Saunders fight last night. I didn't watch none of the KSI Logan card or none of that. I thought it was a clown show. Had no interest in it, but kept hearing about how bad Billy Joe Saunders looked last night. And, I think it just raises the question, since he got popped for Oxoferin, he hasn't been the same fighter. So let's talk about that. We back, Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And it's a fact that ever since Billy Joe got popped for Oxoferin, he ain't been the same fighter. He looked like a domestic level European British title bum in the ring. And it begs for everybody, I think it really begs for everybody to believe, or asks for everybody to believe, was he on it versus David Lemieux? Now, you can ask a lot of questions. Is David Lemieux on that shit too? I don't know. But, ever since he came to the continent of North America, it's been a little bit, funny with Billy Joe. You know what I'm saying? He had a great performance versus David Lemieux, all right? That's a fact. All right, people say, damn, I ain't never seen, Billy Joe Saunders had that much energy, be that cut up in the midsection, look so physically good. Now he had to fight with Demetrius Andrade, and they did the VADA testing. He got popped for Oxoferin, said it was, for his nasal spray. Okay? Then it raises the concern. Now people looking at it, Dominic Ingle, when he was with him, several fighters in Dominic Ingle gym got pop. When Kid Galahad and his story, and some other fighters. Okay? So then he fights for the WBO title in Wembley Stadium. Ever since getting popped for Oxoferin, he don't look the same. Now he fights this guy yesterday. He looked terrible. His punches don't look crisp. They don't look, everything is loopy, wide, don't like got that much power. He knocked this guy out. Now, I don't know who the hell the guy was or how good he was. It was on the undercard of KSI Logan, so I feel that it was a showcase fight. Now, he did stop the guy in the 11th round, but the fight was very, very close. But at the end of the day, Billy Joe Saunders is not the same fighter since getting popped for Oxoferin. Even before people thought he was taking Oxoferin, when he fought the French dude, he looked fat and out of shape. You know what I'm saying? So, begs different, like, really will Canelo choose him because he looked like food out here? He don't look like the same fighter. So it's hard to really say, how good Billy Joe Saunders is because, even in the Willie Monroe fight, he didn't look that good. I think Billy Joe Saunders overall, I believe myself and a few other people overrated him. Even before the Oxoferin, he had some questionable performances. He was running out of stamina, running out of breath and stuff of that nature. But, this dude ain't the same fighter no more. When he fought David Lemieux, I think that might be his crowning moment, fighting David Lemieux. I really do. I think that might be his crowning moment. And really, he fooled. At the end of the day, Eddie Hearn could sit there and say he want to build up the Callum Smith fight all he want to. We're going to build the Callum Smith fight up. We're going to build it up. Build it up for what? I don't think neither one of them is going to be megastars in the UK unless they accomplish some great things in the overall landscape of boxing, and mainly probably over here in America. Now, if Billy Joe or Callum Smith is able to beat Canelo, then their stock goes really, really up in the UK. But Billy Joe Saunders, I think a lot of people can agree he was a beneficiary, allegedly, of performance-enhancing drugs that he got popped for. Now we see why he don't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. Now we see why they trying to marinate the Callum Smith fight. Well, now we see why he really want to fight Golovkin or he really want to fight Canelo, because he wants to cash out. You know what I'm saying? Nothing I've seen in his last two performances tell me that he can beat, Canelo or Golovkin. Even the Golovkin that showed up versus Derevchenko. And people say, well, Derevchenko won. But really, like in Triple G, who taking that type of punishment and still being able to move their hands and feet like Derevchenko? Derevchenko was in, like, generational shape. Like, he had a great camp to get in that type of shape. Do you really see Billy Joe Saunders taking that punishment that Billy Joe Saunders took? Seriously. Do anybody see Billy Joe Saunders taking the punishment that Derevchenko took to beat Golovkin. I don't. You know what I'm saying? He had a nice little uppercut going yesterday. I think he scored the drop, and I think he ended up stopping him. I can't remember the shot he stopped him with. Maybe it was an uppercut. But, you know, homeboy, you know, he's a product of, in my opinion, and allegedly of juicing. He's another overhyped Euro bum with a title. He's a domestic level fighter. Because tell me who he beat to be known as a world-class fighter. Right now, I'm not sure if he beat Danny Jacobs. And I think he can still beat a Chavez Jr. I'm not going to stoop that low. But I don't know if he could beat Danny Jacobs at 68 or 60. Now, maybe people be like, hold on, CJ. Maybe he's just not meant to be at 168 pounds. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he need to go back down and weight and prove that's what he can do. But really, other than the David Lemieux fight, and let me remind you, Marco Antonio Rubio beat David Lemieux. Okay? And other than that fight, you know, what has Billy Joe Saunders done? He beat Eubanks Jr. That was a sloppy fight. He beat Willie Monroe, another sloppy, nasty fight that wasn't crowd friendly. He won the WBO, the super middleweight WBO title versus somebody I don't remember in this fight. Billy Joe Saunders is waiting to cash out of the sport of boxing. He knows he ain't that good without that assistance. We know he's not that good without that assistance. So why even look to fight Demetrius Andrade? They don't bring a big reward. Unless he go out there and he beat like Triple G or he beat Canelo himself, which he not getting those fights. So Billy Joe Saunders is looking to cash out ASAP, and really is him and Callum Smith that big of a fight in the UK? And I'd like to know I like to see if my UK fans or followers believe with that. Is that a big fight? You know, will Canelo go down to 68 and fight Billy Joe Saunders? I think his name is now in the mix from looking back. Canelo's an opportunist. When you're not looking good and Canelo see a way to beat you, then he want to take the fight. But what I heard before last night, he was coming down to 160 to fight Triple G or to fight Jamal Charlo. And what I heard is that, you know, if Jamal Charlo don't look good versus what's kid name? He don't look good versus Dennis Hogan, or if Dennis Hogan win, Canelo will fight Dennis Hogan. If he don't look good versus Dennis Hogan, he look vulnerable, Canelo will fight him. Now, the DAZN is supposed to be paying Canelo the $100 million to fight Golovkin in a trilogy, which I think is a waste of money. Really, nobody care about that fight in the box community. Maybe the casual fans do. I'm a little bit out of touch with them right now. But, you know, what about Billy Joe Saunders at 68? You have your opportunity to call yourself a real 4-division world champion, which I don't really think he is. 3-division world champion. You know, that fight to Kovalev don't count to me. Okay? It don't. But that's subjective. And then the regular WA title he won at 68, that don't count. That ain't a real title. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he chose Billy Joe Saunders. Now, I thought Billy Joe Saunders had a bad style for him after the David Lemieux fight. We all prisoner moment. That's before the Oxoferin thing came in. Like, damn, you know, he got a bad style for Canelo. Hit and don't get hit. But the way Canelo walked down Sergey Kovalev and knowing Billy Joe Saunders ain't the same, you know, he don't have the same energy level without the Oxoferin. I think Canelo probably can, he probably can outwit him. He may be able to stop Billy Joe Saunders the way he was looking last night. But, hey, maybe Billy Joe Saunders just one weight class out of truth. Maybe he just had a few bad nights. But I just think that he ain't that good, and I think he overrated without the Oxoferin. So let me know what you guys think based on this performance last night. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation? That link's in the description. Best way to donate is share the video. And, yeah, man, let me know what you guys think. And I don't like the idea of Devin Haney and Billy Joe fighting on the undercard of KSI and Logan. I think that's a slap in the face. I agree with David Benavidez, and I think J-Rock said the same thing on Twitter last night. But let me know what y'all thought of the whole event. I did not watch it. I went back to watch the Billy Joe Saunders fight. But hey, appreciate the love, support, man. Keep sharing the videos, and let me know what y'all think. Should Canelo fight Billy Joe Saunders next? Or what do you think Billy Joe Saunders should do? Callum Smith, Andrade, or whatever the situation may be. One time for the one time. Goodfellas Sports TV. We gone.